Hello, everybody, and welcome to Duval Thursday, number 22, the final one before the season starts. I'm the host of the channel. My name is Curtis Brown, and welcome to Curtis's Podcast Network. With me, as always, when we're talking Jags football, Duval's finest, Isaiah Michelli. Isaiah, how you doing, brother?
Been better. 6 foot.
Got some illness.
Yeah. I wish I had my sunglasses so I could be cooler. Be like sick as fuck, but no, just sick.
Yeah. Robert's already beat us here. He's been chilling in the chat for a while. Jags pretty much got all the good players back. We cut shocking that nobody but Prince got picked up.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna be talking about the final 53-man roster, quote unquote final, and look ahead to Indianapolis, and we'll talk about if there was any surprise moves by the Jaguars on cut day. But first, what's up, man? Like, what are you? I know you're feeling like death, but you been working this week?
I worked Monday and most of Tuesday, and then had to leave early, and I'll probably go back tomorrow, but that's about it.
Okay. I'm looking up the final 53 roster here. Oh, this is not even from this year. Jaguars. Jaguars.com. Maybe I'll try this Jaguars over 53. Oh, that is not what I hoped that would be. Okay. Okay. Found. And now to share this thing far and wide so that the Jags fans of the nation can find us. Jaguars. This won't take very long. I'm almost done already. And Dad's with bacon. What are all the Jaguars groups called? Are they all like Duval in the name or something?
I'm only in one. New Era Jaguars. That's the only one that I'm in.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into this final 53-man roster breakdown. Final, of course, quotations. So you got two quarterbacks on the roster. Nathan Rourke did not make it over CJ Beathard. Was that a little bit of a surprise to you, or did you really just kind of have a gut feeling on that one?
No, I mean, even I believe Doug, or it was either Doug or it was oh Jesus Christ, Press Taylor mentioned that CJ was the number 2, so I wasn't surprised. But I mean, we brought Rourke back on the practice squad, so I mean, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I mean, I knew that it was going to be, if they're only keeping 2, I knew it was going to be Trevor and Beathard.
Okay. The running back room: Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, Dearness Johnson, and Jermichael Hasty. So Snoop Connor practice squad?
Yeah, Snoop Connor practice squad. That was a surprising cut for me, honestly, just because of how much money he is set to make, which isn't much at all. It's a 5th-round draft pick a couple years ago. But, you know, those guys, they all deserve a spot. You know, Etienne, Bigsby, Johnson, and Hasty in that order. But yeah, it was kind of surprising, but we brought him back on the practice squad. He actually got offers from multiple teams, and he turned them all down to come back to Jacksonville.
Nice. Okay. Yep. There's something going on in Duval right now, and I think that's people doing it. The wide receiver room, they kept 7. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Ray Jones, Jamal Agnew, Elijah Cooks, Tim Jones, and Parker Washington. Was there anybody in that group that you were surprised made it? I know that everybody pretty much came back on the practice squad.
I was kind of surprised they kept 7 and kept Tim Jones. I know he's really good and we like him. He's been there for, I know, 2-3 years now. But I mean, I was kind of surprised they kept 6 or 7. I thought they were only going to keep 6 and then try and bring him back on the practice squad. But I mean, it worked out. We got him. We got them all.
Okay. The tight end room, Evan Ingram, Luke Farrell, and Brenton Strange. It's pretty straightforward there. 8 offensive linemen, Walker Little, Ben Barch, Luke Fortner, Brandon Scherf, and Anton Harrison are the starters, as well as Tyler Shatley, Cooper Hodges, and Cole Van Lanen. Was there anybody in that group that you were a little hesitant on or surprised that they got cut?
Cooks is fast. Prince with hand. Yeah. Yeah, definitely Robert. He's 6 foot, 6'5", 240, 220 at receiver or something like that. So he's basically a tight end. Yeah, but I mean, with that, it was kind of surprising to me that Darrell Williams got the boot as our backup center. Mainly because of what's going on with Tyler Shatley right now. But I guess that means they feel good enough about Shatley and maybe who they can bring in on practice squad and kind of work some people in. But of course, this isn't by any means the final roster cuts, but that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Okay. 4 outside linebackers, Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, Kayvon Chason, and Yazir Abdullah. Somehow Chason hangs on again for his 4th year on the Jaguars. That seems a little surprising.
Yeah, not a fan of that. We got rid of Jordan Smith and Deshaun Dixon. I mean, to get rid of Jordan Smith, I mean, you really need to get rid of Chason. They've been just as productive, and Smith has missed like 30 games in 3 seasons. So it's pretty rough. But I mean, hey, Deshaun Dixon came back on the practice squad. I don't know why they special teams guru, sack guru, whatever kind of guru he wants to call himself. I mean, Chason's just bad, but I don't know. They like him. He works hard, blah, 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 whatever. He's got the traits. So, we'll see. But they didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so he's more than likely out of here after this season.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. The defensive linemen, they kept 6. Devon Hamilton, Roy Robertson Harris, Foley Fotakasi, Adam Gotsis, Tyler Lacey, and Jeremiah Ledbetter. Was there anybody that you thought was on the fringe there that should have made the cut over maybe Gotsis or Jeremiah Ledbetter?
No, Ledbetter played awesome during the preseason. He's been great in camp. He actually put on a little bit of weight this offseason to be able to play inside for us. And Gotsis is just a big, strong dude that we've continued to bring back. He's a good guy in the field and a good teammate in the locker room, and he shows up when he needs to. So I'm not surprised that any of those guys made it.
Okay. Inside linebackers, 5. You got Foye Luakon, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, Shaquille Quartermain, and Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, so Caleb Johnson or Shaq Quarterman probably would have been cut if Ventrell Miller wouldn't have gone down. If he'd have been fully healthy, I don't think that either one of the two of them would have been on the team. But I mean, it is what it is. He got hurt.
Yeah, makes sense. 6 cornerbacks on the roster: Tyson Campbell, Darius Williams, Gregory Jr., Trey Herndon, Christian Braswell, and Monteric Brown.
Yep. Wasn't really surprised that Busta made it. Busta Brown, Monteric Brown, but I think it's a good group. A lot of them showed out during the preseason. Some of the younger guys, and Braswell showed he's pretty solid. So bringing him back, keeping him on the team, we'll see what he can do.
Okay. 5 safeties: Rayshawn Jenkins, Andre Sisco, Daniel Thomas, Andrew Wingard, and Antonio Johnson.
Yep. I expected all of them to make it, honestly. Thomas may get pushed out at some point, but as of right now, they're all pretty much locked in.
Okay. You got kicker Brandon McManus, Logan Cook, the punter, and Matzik is the long snapper.
Yep.
His 4th year. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the final 53-man roster. We got it doesn't show me exactly who's on the practice squad, but I imagine it's all the
Did
guys
you
listed.
did you mention Angelo Blackson on D line? He was a guy we picked up. He's a new guy we picked up. He
Okay.
I think it was today or yesterday, late in the day. He's a interior D lineman, nose tackle. He's 6'4", 318. I think he went to Auburn. I don't know how long he's been in the league though.
He's been in the league 4 or 5 years because he's
9 years,
bounced
looks
around 9 years.
I think that's what that said.
Jesus, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah, 9 years. Yep. So he's on the team now.
Yeah, he's former Texan, former Titan, former Bear. Yeah, he's been around.
Because Devon Hamilton's hurt right now, so he's going to help out until he gets back.
Nice. So there weren't really a lot of surprising moves. Was there anybody that got cut that you were like, please make a move for these people?
As in from other teams?
Yeah.
Not really. I like the guys that we had here, and I really didn't see anybody from other teams that flashed that it was like, oh, we need to get them if they get cut. That didn't stay on their respective team. I really didn't notice anybody particular.
Okay. Oh yeah, they put Devon Hamilton on IR with Cooper Hodges. Signed another offensive lineman, Blake Hance.
Yeah, he was on the team. We cut him and then brought him back.
And then Josh Peterson is on the practice squad. There you go. Seth Williams, Jacob Harris, and Snoop Connor on the practice squad. Okay. All right. Well, let's look ahead to week 1 then. Indianapolis, correct?
Yep.
All right. So we've got what, like true. 4 weeks they can come back. That's the minimum on IR, Robert. But it's still going to be a rough 4 weeks. You play 2 division games at least in that time frame. Both teams try to run the ball, but one doesn't have a running back at the moment. So, week 1, how are you feeling initially about the Jaguars' chances of leaving with a win?
Really good.
Okay. Is there anything that inspires confidence in you?
We're playing Anthony Richardson in his first NFL game.
Yeah. Yeah. Robert says Jags 31, Colts 7.
Yeah. Just from being a Florida fan and watching him play, we're going to have a lot of multiple fronts and different coverages and stuff we're going to throw at him. We're going to run coverages at a one look and then it come out into a whole different coverage whenever it actually happens. So, just watching him at Florida, he's not great at adjusting to multiple fronts and to adjusting fronts. So, they can teach him all they want. He's still going to take time to adjust to faster play of these players in the NFL, everything like that. And he has a tendency to try and use his legs a little too much. And then that ends up getting him hurt. He comes out for a couple plays every game. Whenever he's at Florida, he'd fumble, just different stuff like that, and he plays hero ball, which is awesome when it works, but sometimes it doesn't work and it leads to him getting hurt or him throwing picks and stuff like that. So, I think it'll be a learning experience for him, but I think Jacksonville's going to come out hot and fast and early and really take it to him in Indianapolis.
Is there anything that bothers you potentially going into week 1? Maybe an area of deficiency that you're worried the Colts might be able to exploit?
Isn't Taylor's out for the first couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, he's on PUP. He's out for at least the first 4.
Yeah. Not really. Without Taylor there, I'm not really as worried about the interior of the D-line. on our end. Just hope that Trevor Lawrence can come out and play tight and play tough and not give the ball away.
Okay. So the offensive line, you're not worried about them going up against the DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart combo?
Grover Stewart, yeah. Not really. They didn't really wreak havoc last year with us when they were healthy. I mean, they're healthy this year too. I'm not really worried about it. We've seen those guys before. Now, what's his name? Brandon Sheriff's healthy, so I mean, Anton Harrison's better than Jawan Taylor. I think he's just gonna have some growing pains, but I think we'll be fine.
Okay. We don't really have to get too much deeper into this one, but is there anywhere on the roster that you'd like to see some moves made before week 1?
I doubt this is true, but there's some rumor going around that there's an unnamed AFC team trading for Nick Bosa potentially. I mean, we can get Nick Bosa. That'd be awesome. They did the same thing with DeForest Buckner. He wanted money, and they were just like, bye-bye. So, I mean, if that's true, awesome. If not, not really at this point. I mean, there's nothing we can really do to just, leverage anything at this point off of a team unless we give up too much in return. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. That'd be the only thing I'd really be wanting to do.
Good. Robert says our offense looks unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes down to Trevor Lawrence playing clean football, but yeah, and which he's done. He can do it. Yeah, I mean, this year is his 3rd year. That's usually the leap year for quarterbacks in the NFL. Usually, you're able to do some things pretty well your rookie year because usually there's just like some sort of athleticism, like you get an occasional deep ball or something, and then you get adjusted to in your sophomore season, 3rd year. Now you're ready. You're here. So I'm expecting big things out of T-Law this year.
Me too.
What about Chris Jones? Now, I know Chris Jones is holding out from the Chiefs to make some money. He's in the last year of his deal. There's been talk of him getting traded if they can't reach an agreement. He would definitely be an upgrade over everybody in the defensive room for pretty much everybody in the AFC South.
Yeah, I would take Chris Jones, just depending on what we have to give up for him.
What would you consider too much?
Anything more than like a second or a third.
For Chris Jones?
I mean, Chris Jones is like 32 years old.
He's 28.
Chris Jones is 28?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I'll look it up right now.
What? Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Chandler. Chandler Jones is the older one, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Chandler Jones. Chris Jones.
29. He's
29.
Born July 3rd, 1994. He's my age. I'm actually 6 months older than this man. Yeah, nobody could have adjusted Urban, a.k.a. Finger Guns. That's right, Robert. That's such an asterisk of a rookie season for Trevor Lawrence. It's like a lot of that they can't even hold anything of that against him. Yeah, he's 29 years old, so I mean, you get some years out of that man, and he's still playing high level.
Yeah, I don't know. I give him a 3rd round pick in Josh Allen for him.
I bet they'd take that. I think they'd take that. They need some other edge help anyway, but it would destroy the interior of their defensive line to do that. He is their defensive tackle room. I imagine they'd want to be compensated pretty fairly for that. Okay. So the roster is pretty well adjusted in your eyes. Indianapolis doesn't look like that big of a hurdle because of all of the turmoil in Indianapolis right now. And then obviously the new faces. Okay. So, I mean, the Jags in a cake spot right now, walking in as the division winner of last season and looking like they're primed to walk right into that role again with some of the Tennessee probably realistically going to be the only team that can that at all. Houston could surprise, but with the turmoil at offensive line that they've had, I'm not anticipating them to be more than a 5-win season now. Unless, somebody just develops into an all-pro or something. But I don't
Yeah,
have
we'll
a
see.
lot of stock in that. Okay. Well, I don't really have anything else. You got anything?
They just put out the votes for division champs for all the divisions.
Mm-hmm.
And it was out of 30, 33 or 34 votes. Jacksonville got 31 of 34 votes.
Makes
The other
sense.
3 were for Tennessee.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, they're the only 2 that are even worth a flip this season. The Colts and the Texans are just 2. There's so many rookies in both of those organizations, rookie head coaches, rookie quarterbacks. It's going to be rough for all involved. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much a cakewalk season for the Jags as long as they can stay healthy. Of course, the Titans are no stranger to injury issues. So,
Yeah, no kidding.
well, if you don't have anything else, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one a wrap, brother.
That's it for me, man.
All right. Well, I hope you get feeling better, Isaiah. Thank you for taking time out of your sickness to come talk Jags ball. Robert, thank you for always blowing up the chat on our Duval Thursdays. This is the last Duval Thursday before the regular season. So the next time you see Isaiah's face, we'll be doing this AFC South show. We'll be having a snazzy new intro, and we'll be up about everything going on in the AFC South. So that'll be our preview. I would imagine it's probably going to be Friday or Saturday that we get that done. So keep an eye out. Folks, hit the like and subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000. Be good people.